Ed Sheeran's back in studio with us, and it's so good to see you again, Ed.
Good to be back.
Yeah, back in New Zealand, your favourite country in the world.
It is actually close, very, very close. It's up there. It's on a par with Australia. I told Australia it was my favourite country to tour. So if I told you the same thing, you would say I'm a liar.
You seem like a bullshitter.
Yeah, but the only reason I didn't say about here is I've only played here once, so like I haven't made my mind up. But Wellington yesterday made my mind up.
Right. What happened in Wellington?
Well, firstly, it's a beautiful city anyway,
Sure.
and the weather's good. But me and my manager are just big Lord of the Rings fans, and Hobbit and King Kong, and like Peter Jackson's just a bit of an OG, isn't he? Like a original gangster. He invited me and my manager for lunch, and we went round and I just geeked out for a long time.
You went to Peter Jackson's house for lunch.
Yeah,
Oh my God!
Whoa,
Now
teriyaki chicken sushi. It's like really cool.
Now we've seen aerial photos of his house, in the newspapers, and it looks amazing. What's it like? Did you get the whole tour?
No.
Right.
We got a tour of one room that he said only 5 people have been allowed into, and me, my tour manager Mark, and Stuart, my manager, were 3 of those people. And yeah, it was just, I won't say too much about it on air, but it's his private collection of just film stuff, and it's amazing.
Wow.
What, did you have to sign like a waiver on the way out or something?
No. But I think out of respect, if he's only showing it to 5 people, then
fair enough.
It's probably because he doesn't want people knowing what's in there, But it is incredible.
Oh my God! Yeah. And so you being a massive Lord of the Rings fan, you must
be not just a massive film fan, and meeting someone, because he is to my generation what George Lucas is to the 70s. He's a big deal.
Were you like just about wetting your pants? You know how you have fans who are very excited to meet you.
Do you know what? I played it very cool, and then when I was in the car afterwards, I just started kind of like having these little spasms, being like, yeah. But yeah, so that was. That's
amazing, because I'm guessing like your life's at a point now where so many amazing things have happened. It's hard to sort of reach these peaks anymore.
I think yesterday was completely different. I said to my manager that it was the coolest thing that I have done in my career, and I have done a lot of cool things, like with the Olympics and the Grammys and the Queen's Jubilee and stuff. But that's all musical related, and being in music, it's not too foreign to do something like that, to play a show with all these amazing acts, and you get to meet them. But I never really get starstruck with musical acts, because I prefer to sit down with them and chat to them about stuff. So like the first time I met Elton John, there was the initial "it's Elton John," and then after that I just chatted to him about music for a long time. Whereas with Peter Jackson, there wasn't that. It was just like, this is awesome.
Have you picked a picture yet?
I did, yeah.
Oh, did you?
Because I gave his daughter the same model of guitar that I use, and there's a picture of him with my guitar, and me with Sting the sword, and yeah, it's.
Oh my God! So he gave you a present as well.
Yep.
Oh, that's going to be an inconvenience, travelling around the world with that, and you carry on luggage.
Oh, I've shipped it to America. I'm actually just going to start just taking it on tour just to look at. It's wicked.
Right.
Well, that's nice. You got a different experience, because I guess you're flying into countries, you do shows, and to have a unique experience, that's kind of nice. That's
I
good.
got a Maori tattoo as well yesterday as well. Yeah, just.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm just
what was the last tattoo you got in New Zealand?
Just a Kiwi.
Oh, so you've got 2 tattoos now.
Well, I'm representing for the Kiwis today as well.
Oh, you are.
Oh, that's great.
Good, Ed.
And I just noticed on the side of your arm, is that a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air logo tattoo?
Well, yeah.
Prince, why did you get that? Are you a big fan of the show?
Massive fan of the show, but I was in Philadelphia with 2 other big fans of the show. Have you ever heard of Rizzle Kicks? Did they blow up over here? Yeah. So I got Prince. Jordan got Fresh, and Holly got On the Playground, is where I spent most of my days. And we pointed out after we'd got all our tattoos that was a little bit, pedo.
Do you know the theme song off by heart?
I think everyone knows the theme song off by heart.
Chuck the cans on.
What are we going to do?
Oh God! Have you got the music?
Ed Sheeran in studio.
Oh.
This it isn't the extended version, is it?
I don't know. How long is the file, Mike?
I think I know where this is. Hang on. I think it's coming in.
Well, this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel-Air. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, but with rap like this, I wish people rap like that now, because like no one has the happy rap like, yo, I'm rapping on the street, but no, it's all just gangster rap now, isn't it?
I don't know, Macklemore.
No.
No, is he a bit gangster?
No. But he like rap is rap now. Rap it. This is more kind of like we're just going to talk like this. but no one really talks like that, you know.
Hey, did you know that? And I think this says a lot about your country, where it is musically at the moment. The top 3 selling albums in our country last year. You know what they were? Can you have a guess?
Adele, One Direction, and me.
Yeah. How about that?
Whoa.
That's all right.
How could One Direction beat you?
They've got a very big fan base.
They've got a good song too. Little Things, have you heard of it?
Yeah. My bank balance has.
Now, why would you not want that song for yourself? Because you hear 1D singing that song, and the treatment they've done on it is, I think, beautiful. But as soon as you hear it, you think that's got Ed Sheeran written all over it.
Because I discovered that song before my album had come out, so like, I would have probably put it on my record, but like, I wrote it with a girl called Fiona, and she sent it to me August last year, so almost a year after my album came out, and she was like, "Oh, do you remember this tune?" I was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "Oh, you should pitch it. You should pitch it to the boys because they were looking for new songs." So I was like, "Oh, that's not such a bad idea." So I did, and it got recorded and went #1.
Yeah, you're smiling about it.
Whoa.
It's my first #1.
Oh, really?
Are you serious?
My first #1. Yeah.
Oh, what?
Really cool.
Not.
I've had #1 albums, just never a #1 single.
No, your songs have been #1 here, haven't they?
No. Airplay maybe.
And iTunes downloads, yeah, but not officially. It's right after this.
Wow.
I seen your last gig, mate. People are going to love it when they see you live.
Thank you.
Is this whole gig getting easier, or does it get more complicated the more you do it?
You know what? Like I was always told by other musicians, they were like, as soon as you get signed, that's when the real hard work begins. And like, I worked my arse off before I got signed. I booked all my shows myself. I did all my press and radio myself. I traveled around the country myself with a acoustic guitar. And as soon as I got signed, I was like, so when does the hard work begin? Because it just got easier and easier. Like, you know, I had a booking agent that booked the gigs. I had a manager that took care of anything. I had a radio person that did that, and all I had to do was turn up and play. Right,
Nice.
Which for me is pretty simple. So I'm doing that all around the world, and yeah, it's getting easier and easier. The kind of bigger it gets, the more kind of slack you get, and the more it's
the more demanding.
The more
of
demands
your
on your
time.
time.
Yeah, but
do you think the hard work that they talk about is just the tediousness of the job, and the fact that every time you walk into a studio that you know people are going to ask about Taylor Swift or what's going on with you?
Do you know what I think? I think the hard work comes from the people that aren't actually in it for the right reasons. I think that's what, because they're like, oh well, you have to, you know, do interview after interview. But like for me, my hobby is playing music. Right. So if I wasn't doing this right now, I would be in my house playing music. So it doesn't really make sense not to be doing this as a job. And you've got to kind of take the rough with the smooth when it comes to this job. Like, obviously the press have gone a bit nuts over that Taylor thing recently, and that hasn't been ideal. But
why is that? Does it make things awkward between you and Taylor?
It just makes things awkward between me and everyone else, I think, because everyone's too scared to ask. And I'm like, it's you know, it's not true. Yeah. And people are like, well, is it? Because they think that I'm trying to, but like, you know, like, but the thing is, the press,
shave your hair and crazy.
The press were actually spot on with it. They did tell the truth. I did go to Taylor's hotel room up until 4 o'clock in the morning. I did leave in the same clothes. You know, it was that exact story, but they just misinterpreted
what was
going on.
What were you doing there till 4 a.m.?
I was playing her my new record.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, what a privilege. Would you turn down the opportunity to be her boyfriend?
Probably, yeah, because I don't know if I'd want that much media attention. Like,
really?
I was rumoured to be her boyfriend for a week, and the amount of people that just followed me about with cameras and video cameras and stuff, and like the amount of just the amount of attention that it brought. I don't know if I could have that, and I don't know if like. Because the next relationships that I'm going to be getting into, I'm going to be looking to start a family with them. Because I'm it's getting to that. But it's getting to that age now where there's no point getting into a long-term relationship unless you're actually looking to start a family with someone. Because like when you're kind of like 16 to 20, you're just having your experience years. But after 20, kind of anything's possible.
I thought maybe 30 you'd be thinking about settling down. Are you not one of these people that takes advantage of your rock star fame and goes out flinging it about every weekend?
Like the boys from One Direction, for example, say.
There's only one of them that kind of does that, right? Yeah, they're all pretty much tied up.
Right, but you could though. Have you ever Googled Ed Sheeran fan fiction?
You clearly have. Okay.
Read some until you can't take it anymore.
Oh my God.
There's a whole lot of these on Tumblr too.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Did you know about this, Ed?
This is the
50 Shades of Ginge. This is. I
This is
think.
the end of some story about what this girl was going to do to you on your 22nd birthday.
His body pushes me up against the door. He pulls his shirt over his head before slamming his lips against mine. Our tongues frantically grind and swirl around against it. I would never kiss like that. Each other as my hands reach between our bodies to make short work of his belt and. There's kids outside, man. That are listening to this.
They can't hear it, don't worry.
And his hands drop to my ass. I push his jeans and boxers over his hips. He steps out of them. A groan erupts from his mouth and brings an abrupt end to our kiss as my fingers curl around his growing erection. Stop! He groans. Pulling my hand from him, looking at me, not like this. But it's your birthday. I'm going to make you feel good. In protest, he chuckles and shakes his head, kissing me. Nothing feels as good as making you feel good, okay? He nods towards the bed, especially after everything you've given me today.
Oh my God.
And then you proceed
Who writes this?
I don't know, just hundreds of people though. Okay, I wrote that one.
What? Did you?
No.
You know what? Like, I will say that is pretty debauched, but at least it's encouraging kids to be creative, you know?
Right.
At least
That's a
So
good
true.
attitude to have. Yeah.
And so you've got a busy year coming up, and I'm guessing this is to sort of help break you in America, for lack of a better phrase. You're after this, you're off to the States, and you're basing yourself in Nashville, and you're touring with Swifty for about 6
Swifty,
months.
yeah, I fly tomorrow. I'm very excited. I've finally convinced her to give the Lord of the Rings films a chance after I sent her a picture of the sword and she got excited. So yeah, that's going to be my main goal for the tour, to get her into Lord of the Rings.
You can have a movie night, a mega movie night. Instead of playing her your album, go to a hotel and watch the movie. Yeah.
Are you two sort of like BFFs? Would you say? Seems like you text each other quite a bit.
Do you know what? I was talking to her about this the other day, because like it is strange for people to view boys and girls with being friends, but like it genuinely is that. Being in this industry, you have your old friends from school who are definitely your friends, but everyone else, it kind of comes with a pinch of salt. And I never really, not in a weird sense, but you never really make close friends in this industry, because everyone's kind of a bit guarded. They either think you're going to steal something, or they're going to steal something, or
What do you want?
You're doing it to kind of. So yeah, and she was one of the first people that I met that was honest like that with me as well, and was like, look, I have friends like that as well. And I was like, well, I have friends like that, and we just kind of bonded on that kind of level. And you know, she's a very similar person to me, and it's good to be able to hang out with people like that in the industry, which is probably another reason why I wouldn't go there, because you wouldn't want to lose one of your industry friends just from, like, you don't have to be friends. You don't have to bang a girl just because you're friends with her. Like that isn't
Yeah, Dom.
that isn't a that isn't a necessity. You know, like
You are
there's
such a sweet guy.
plenty of fish in the sea.
That's
Plenty.
true.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying though. It's hard to trust people who aren't in the industry, because you don't know what their motives are sometimes, isn't it? When you've been in it like that, when
Very
you're this
much
famous.
so. And I've been burnt a bunch of times, and I've just started learning. And I think Taylor's someone who has been in the industry long enough to be burnt a bunch of times as well. And yeah,
Can we play a quick game?
always.
Okay.
I will say this, guys. I know there'll be someone outside going like this and going.
Yeah, we
Like
just
she
got
just
told
did-
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Do not worry.
Okay.
Right? I like my job is more fun when we get to do stuff like this.
Okay.
So
Oh, cool. Flattering.
you keep going until you run out of things to
Okay.
ask. Okay.
Okay, this is a game. You might give them the wrap-up signal when you hear the game. This is called Ed Sheeran. So we throw a name out there, and you just share a fun fact about that person, and hopefully it'll be something that will.
I like that.
Hopefully the fun fact you share with us will be something that will damage their carefully crafted reputation.
What do you need?
Been at all. I'm just
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Just gonna stick
Oh
some
no,
cover-
chuck it on the paper. We'll put that on eBay.
Gross.
Coach will get out of the bin when he leaves.
No, that's disgusting.
I would never do that. Okay, first name for Ed Sheeran, Adele.
Adele, sharing a story about Adele. I got two stories actually. My cousin used to be very good friends with her before she really blew up, and we went to go and see a gig at hers at the Brighton Hope, which is probably about the size of this room, and there was about 14 people in there.
Wow.
It's amazing. She played a kind of half an hour slot. It was great. And then the next time I saw her was properly saw her, because we'd bumped into each other at different awards shows. But she came to my birthday gig in LA. And it was a fancy dress party, and I dressed up like a pirate, and I kind of walked in, and she was like, "All right," and I was there just kind of like, yeah, like, you know, it was a very surreal situation because Elton had turned up as well. So it was me, Adele, and Elton, and me kind of sitting in the middle while they kind of talk about
First name
their
club.
yeah, talk about, well, name dropping club as well, but like yeah, but well, they kind of talk about, you know, kids and family and touring, and I'm just kind of taking it all in. And then I went off the stage and I came back into the room because I'd left my parrot in there, and Adele was holding the parrot, and I was like, can I have my parrot? And she was like, no, I'm gonna take it home for my son. And I was like, okay.
Amazing.
So cute.
So bitch stole your parrot.
I think that's fine though. She can
okay.
have my parrot.
It
It wasn't a real parrot.
Okay, next for Ed Sheeran, Jamie Foxx.
Share a story about him. The first time I met him, I got taken on his radio show,